Yeah, hi. Welcome back to Recovery with Ike. And this is day 2 installation in talking about recovery from gambling addiction. Thanks again to the team, to those that have reached out, and to those that are on the GRAT list. I'm loving the GRAT group, seeing all your messages of gratitude really warms my heart. So look, today we're going to continue talking about the damages caused and sort of the areas of your life that can be affected if you have an addiction to gambling. And I think the most obvious one is your finances. Often an addict to gambling really only starts to address the problem when there's a financial crisis. Now that means when there's no money to cover bills or your gambling debts on their own. The thing is if you find that you're spending more than you intend to on gambling, then that might be the telltale sign that there's a problem. Let me give you an example. If you've set a limit of £10 or £100 or £1,000, whatever it may be, if you find you go over that limit, then that could be the telltale sign of there being a problem. Obvious things, if you're struggling to find money for bills and food, then I think there's definitely a problem there. And the thing is with a gambling addict, they often won't address the problem until that financial crisis arises. As a gambling addict, you'll find that one might start taking out loans to pay off gambling debts, or that saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, to cover your expenses. I've heard of situations where family and friends never knew there was a problem at all until that summons come through in the post, or until they've got that phone call from the bank talking about unusual transactions, or until a credit card statement was found. The thing is if you've got this issue and you're finding yourself in a position where you're stealing from friends and family, or not covering certain key expenses because you're using the money for gambling, then it is worthwhile taking a stop and pause and having a look at this and seeing what you can do. The first step is just be brutally honest with yourself about what's going on here. You might even have the feeling that there's no real chance to ever get your debts actually cleared and paid back. And I've seen this before, that a gambler would say, let me have a couple of more bets, or one more bet will actually reverse the fortune. Yeah, that pinning onto that hope, that delusional hope that this bet is going to come off differently and change your financial situation. Listen, people, you got to be honest. Yeah, the only way to deal with this is brutal honesty. If you don't feel that you can talk to a family member, then there are organizations out there that you can get in touch with. Reach out to us, Child of God team. That's what we would like. If you feel, and look, even if you don't want to do it through you, to do it anonymously. Yeah, send an email, set up an email account and reach out. There are places we can go. I'll actually put a link in this bio to a test, actually, a little simple self-test to see whether or not you may be addicted to gambling. Yeah, it's anonymous. Yeah, the thing is, people, is if you want to live your best life, then these are the issues that we need to address. If you're feeling that there's an addiction to gambling or to something, there is a process that we can go for recovery. I touched on this in the last video, but do you know that gambling does affect your mental health? Yeah, if you're feeling that you're having extreme mood swings, yeah, or that gambling is the only thing you enjoy, what you'll find is people who are addicted to gambling often suffer from depression, low self-esteem, loss of appetite. They have difficulty sleeping, anxiety, feelings of anxiety. The thing about a gambling addiction is it's that roller coaster, the emotional imbalance, the highs and the lows. That's what's addictive when it comes to gambling. That high level of anticipation for a win. And even then, if there is that high level of anticipation, if that win doesn't come through, there's the low that comes from that. Yeah, that roller coaster of emotions is what actually becomes addictive, is the addictive personality. And what you'll find is a gambling addict will usually have other addictions as well. Sex, drugs, food, sugars and things like that. The thing is, the impact of these highs and lows can have a significant impact on the cell structure in your brain, and it's that damage, which is the long-term damage, which can be repaired and you can recover from it, but there is that damage that is actually happening to the brain of a gambling addict. Let's look at how it impacts your relationships. The thing is if you are suffering from a gambling addiction, then it will have a really bad impact on relationships with, say, your partner. You'll find that you're arguing with your partner, especially about money. Being preoccupied with gambling and finding it difficult to focus on anything else. If you're always thinking about, a bet here, a bet there, or that rush of energy that you get from gambling, that could be a telltale sign that there's actually a problem. Spending less time with people. Yeah, spending less time with your friends and family or colleagues or whatever else it may be, and spending more time at the bookies or at the casino or online gambling. And the thing is it's so easy now because you've got all these apps and online websites where you can gamble. So, you're gambling in the space. I mean, I know of the destruction that can actually cause, and I know people that have been affected by it. Lying about the losses that you've incurred, is a telltale sign that something is out of control. Stealing money from friends and family to gamble with. Yeah, if you find that you're borrowing from the rent fund or from your company's petty cash box or wherever else it may be, we can say that, we had the intention to put it back, but the fact that you're doing it may be a problem. All of these are telltale signs of an addiction or problem with gambling. Look, the effect on your family is, you miss appointments. You're never really present because you're always thinking about gambling or the losses or how you're going to cover the bill or the debt that you've run up or something like that. And that means you're almost withdrawn. Now think about that. If you're at your home or your family situation and you're not engaged, you're not present with your family, your partner will think, what's going on? Maybe he's cheating or maybe she's cheating, or, it can be seen. And the impact of that and the stress that causes your family, your loved ones, they may even feel that they're doing something to drive you away. So then they start to get anxiety feelings. The children, if you're not fully engaged with them. And, guys, all this is about is openness and honesty. This is about making an impact on my world. I know of people out there that are struggling with these things, and if you're watching this and you feel that it resonates with you, please reach out. The thing is, you can recover from these things. these addictions, especially gambling. There is a process of recovery. And the first stage is admitting there's a problem, stating there's a problem, and then working on a solution to that problem.